And we're live. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully today we nailed the audio. Not everyone's saying like, can't hear you.
Testing. Good.
No, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. People, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this Monday evening. We will be talking about the giveaway, but before we start with the giveaway, I want to warn everyone to please beware of scammers. Mm-hmm. There are scammers going through the channel. Are you cold already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. There are scammers posting below telling people, hey, you won this. Message me on WhatsApp. Send me a Telegram. I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure it's to scam money. So once again, we've said this a million times, but people still get scammed. We will never, ever charge anyone for anything when it comes to giveaways. We pay for shipping, we pay for taxes, we pay for whatever it needs to be paid in order for you to get your prize. So please, please, please don't get scammed.
Thank you for saying that.
And yeah, please hit the like button. Katrina Pope is saying, who's the winner of the July giveaway, by the way. Go ahead. What were you going to say about your hat?
Well, I would like to talk about this hat for 1 second. It's special for a number of reasons. Number one, it was handmade and sent to me. I got home today. I was in South Florida. I see a box, international shipping from Great Britain.
Yeah.
Janet Pryor, who was the wife of Steve Pryor, who was a course director in Patty that taught me years ago, hand makes these like fishy hats. I open the box. The first thing I see is a handwritten letter. That's rare these days. On this beautiful pink parchment paper. And the subject of the letter is, you've inspired me. You've motivated me. I'm so happy again, knitting again. And I then open it up to this unbelievable. I mean, look at this octopus hat. I will be wearing this all winter. She's incredible. And it's not just, and I don't know if she's selling them or not selling them. We'll figure that out. People are going to ask. I think maybe she's going to start selling them again, but it's so special because I surprised, a lot of people don't know this. When I went there, this is like 8 years ago, I fell in love with Steve Pryor's teaching methodologies, watching him on YouTube. Like prep you for your Patty IDC.
Nice.
We call it ITC. Patty calls it IDC. And I'm like, I took his online version. I'm like, this is incredible. I then reach out to his wife, Janet, and say, I'm gonna show up at one of your classes with Steve Pryor. It was actually the second time I went there. And I walk in without him knowing. He turns and literally cries. And we just embraced and hugged each other. And anyway, that's why it's special. It comes from the Pryors. They are incredible. If you are preparing for a Patty IDC, go to YouTube and find Steve Pryor's online prep course. And Janet makes these hats.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you said, we don't know if they sell them or not, but if they do sell them, we don't get any kickbacks or anything. We're not doing this for money.
No.
Just we want to promote her. She's awesome.
I wanted to also continue with my authenticity of the fact that we are leading a trip to Mexico.
Yes.
Next September. I want to fit in. I like to fit in as much as possible.
Yes.
So I like to wear the same types of things that you would find the non-tourists to wear in Mexico. So I'm just trying to be like them.
Yeah, for those of you who watched that video, they know what you're talking about. However, I will say that even though a lot of people showed up in big numbers and signed up for the trip, so it's happening, it's going to be massive. We're very excited about it. There are still spots available, rooms available. So register for the trip. I'm going to leave the link below if you're watching this on repeat later on.
We're going to have
rewatching this.
We're going to have people speaking in the evenings.
Yes.
We're going to have great drift diving. We're gonna giveaways, amazing all-inclusive resort, like 5-star, great food. And we just want to dive with all of you who have been watching us, supporting us. I just want to dive together. There's no lessons, any level. A lot of comments were, do I have to be a certain level? Because the diving is drift diving in Cozumel. No, it's very, very mellow, beautiful reef wall diving. You can be a brand new open water diver.
Absolutely. Or a non-diver. We also have the opportunity for non-divers to come and join us and spend a week with us, which is awesome. Okay, next thing. Before we start answering questions, we got a box. Woody.
We did get a box that also showed up at my house. It specifically, I was told not to open this box unless you and Gus are together.
Yes.
And the only other message that came with it is, you guys are really going to like this.
Oh.
I have no idea. It is from Patrick, Nico, and Lucas.
Thank you.
Got to open this.
We met them in person back in May. They're awesome. Future tech divers.
By the way, Nico and Lucas are like 10 and 11 years old, respectively.
Here it is. Still sealed.
Patrick's the dad. Nico and Lucas are his kids that are just in love with anything related to diving.
Awesome.
I don't know what's in there.
All right. I'm about to open it. Hopefully they're watching. If not, they're watching this on repeat. So thank you for that. Let's see what's in here. Maybe it's knives. That would be cool.
From 10-year-olds?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're cool like that.
I'm thinking maybe it's something related to diving. I could be, they call me crazy. Like, that's what they're into now. Patrick's there. Patrick, look, dude. Look
Hope
what
they're
we're
watching.
opening. That's the dad. Patrick.
All right. Let me see if
Patrick's there. I hope the boys are watching. Here we go. You told me not to open it. We're opening it live
there is
together.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know if people can
Oh,
see this.
Nico and Lucas apparently are there.
Whoa. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a letter we have to check out.
Perfect.
All right. There it is. So we're going to review that later. Dude, there's a bunch of cookies in here. Look at this. We love it when people send us snacks. What?
And they're double stuffed Oreo. Okay, you have to admit that is the perfect cookie.
Well,
In the world, nothing I've ever put in my mouth
Let me give it
has
to you.
ever I'm getting ready to eat maybe like all of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Guys,
And the reason why that's fine is because they actually included a pack of my favorite cookies.
my Invisalign. I don't have fake teeth. It's just Invisalign.
Check that out.
What do you got going on there?
Tim Tams. The best cookie in the world.
How cool are these kids?
Dude, wow. I don't
seriously.
even know where they found them, but the first time I tried
Does
these,
that mean we don't have to share? Like I can eat mine and you can eat yours?
I don't want any of that.
So I don't want any of that.
Good. I wasn't going to give you any. Anyway,
This is
so
a party size, so mine are. I
well,
think I got
we can have
little.
a party.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't like to compete with you, but
Well,
did you get? Oh, you got a couple boxes.
Well,
Oh,
I
never
don't-
mind.
I don't know. Well, how many you got? One?
Huh?
You got one?
I got-
Oh, okay.
That's a big one.
Oh, no, that's fine. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Did Shearwater?
then-
Did Shearwater really send you a Petrol 3, or was I dreaming?
And then they send this humongous thing with stickers on it. How cool is that?
I don't know,
Wait,
but this is
let
going to
me-
be cool.
Let me line it better. It's called cookies. That's
Oh
pretty
my
good.
God.
So now how are we going to answer? This is awesome, and it's going to stay right here in the
Can
studio.
I describe what it's like when you bite into a double stuffed Oreo in your mouth?
Wait, no. You have to try these. Those are going to be garbage.
This is
Once you
such
try
an
this.
amazing cookie. I've been eating them since I was born. And now during the live, though, this is only thing you're going to hear is these noises that I'm hearing, like crinkling and chewing. And
By the way, we should tell Nico and Lucas if they're watching, we actually are making something for you. It's coming out soon.
yeah,
So
we
stay
sure are.
tuned. Stay tuned.
We are making something for you now, guys.
Yeah. Okay. These are
And
a
if you
little-
think about it, these are healthy. Let
Yeah?
me give you my philosophy on that. First of all, inside of it, when you boil it down to it, it's milk. And when you were a little kid, you were told to drink milk. So in a way, I'm drinking like a glass of milk because the white, that's really made out of milk. And the outside's chocolate. Dark chocolate is healthy for you.
I don't care what
So
you're
I'm
saying.
drinking
right now.
milk and dark chocolate. Your eyes are
Whatever.
rolling. Like I don't think you should eat them all, though, within like 5 minutes. Maybe you spread that out a little.
Wow. So good.
Okay. What were we doing?
I don't know. Answering questions. Thank you, Lucas and Nico and Patrick. Thank you so much for the box. This is awesome.
And Janet Pryor, thank you for the hat.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
People are already making fun of your statement saying Oreos are healthy.
Milk and dark chocolate, in a way.
Dude, try one of these. They're kind of melted a little bit, but you got to try it. Let's see.
This looks like peanut butter, though.
No, it's not. Just try it.
I'm trying.
Grab one.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, be on.
But I'm gonna compare it to the double stuff. I'll just give you a second.
Okay.
I like to analyze. 1 second. I'm not gonna lie, it's good, but just give me a second. I like to breathe it through my nose like a fine wine. By the way, I know nothing about wine.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good year.
Dude.
Good year. That was a good year.
It's like, yeah, it's a good year, yeah.
What's the flavor that I'm getting in there through my nose? It's really good.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's not a double stuff, but it's really good.
If you haven't tried original Tim Tams, do yourself a favor. These things are insanely good. Anyway.
Oh, my God. If we had 2 for $5 Burger King special in front of us right now with these, you and I. By the way, we're going on a big dive trip next week.
Mm-hmm.
How many 2 for $5s are we going to have?
Oh, my God.
We're together for a week. 2 for $5s at Burger King?
It's unbelievable. Burger King should sponsor us. I feel like whatever money they give us, we're going to put back into the restaurant. They're going to get it back. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. $1 million. Okay, fine. You get it before 2023
Not
is
too
over.
long before you. All right. All right.
All right.
I'm in a little bit of a
James, thank you for the super chat. He says, people say Oreos with a dab of mustard is good.
I don't eat mustard on anything now. On a hot dog, I will eat mayonnaise and ketchup only. Oh, man.
Gross.
My mouth right now, it's the taste I have going on is how cool. That was just so nice of those boys, though. And Patrick. They're really cool kids.
Awesome.
I wish everybody could meet those kids. Like, they're just cool and hip and into sports and into learning and they watch Dive Talk. They're just great kids, man.
Dive Talk. Have you guys seen 13 Lives yet?
Oh.
No. You're going to see it tomorrow, right?
I'm seeing it tomorrow at the Georgia Aquarium, and then I've been asked to speak about it after, specifically as it relates to, I put together a little slide presentation for them because the go-to equipment that the rescue divers used was KISS rebreathers.
Yep.
So I'm going to watch it at the Georgia Aquarium and react to it at the Georgia Aquarium for the Georgia Aquarium staff tomorrow.
Yep. I'm not saying that they asked you to speak because I wasn't available. It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, it's really weird that they.
It's
I
just
remember
a
them.
coincidence.
I'm just remembering the names of the people
weird.
that they asked me about.
Just weird. I said I can't do it.
Me,
and then,
Mike. That doesn't sound like
and then
us.
you're like, hey,
GUS
they asked me
is
to do
not
it.
spelled the same as MIK. So there's Woody.
All right, let's
Mike,
answer some questions.
Mike and
You're going on too long.
no, I don't remember anybody else being asked about that.
Okay. Somebody asked if we have any plans to guide a dive talk at the Georgia Aquarium soon. I don't think that's possible. I mean, we can have a group and dive at the aquarium.
I'm taking Nico and Lucas, by the way. We are doing that, and you are too. I forgot to tell you, we're taking them.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm in. That's
we haven't
since we started this channel, the first idea you've had that I'm in for. So, congrats.
Well, there's another one. If people watched the video the other day about the boom boom.
No.
You all know where we're going.
Would you guys ever go skydiving? No. Nope.
I have, and I will.
Was there any Navy SEALs involved in 13 Lives? The Thai Navy SEALs. Yes. So one thing that a lot of people don't know is that the U.S. Navy SEALs actually train. They go through BUTS, the Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL training, There's people from other countries that go one like a custom knife just because I'm into knives, but honestly, the easy cuts are enough.
It says it's buffering. I don't know. I guess I hope everybody
frozen.
can still hear us. But are they
hope
frozen or are they are? Can you all hear us? Just a few people.
Yeah,
type
they
yes.
say we're back.
Okay, good. We're back.
Are there any submarine wrecks to dive? I don't know. Probably. I have no idea.
Ella's at home because my wife Amy got home later today, and Elle, once she sees Amy, sort of doesn't really think I exist anymore. It's weird because other girls are into me, but Elle seems to prefer Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you've eaten. I'm not judging you, but is that 8th or 9th cookie? And yeah,
Half the thing.
Okay. What's going on? Let's read a little bit.
Yeah.
Anybody got any questions for us? We've had a lot of cool videos out lately. Anybody do some interesting diving? Want to go diving with us in Cozumel?
By the way,
Stress
we
and
still have
rescue?
a couple of spots. Yeah, for the stress and rescue class in September. If you're interested, let us know. I'll
That's
also
this
drop
September. So
this September.
So listen,
2022.
next September of next year
Yeah.
is the Cozumel trip. September, as in like the one coming
July
up
of
in a
next year.
month.
Cozumel is
To
in
July of next year. September of this year, very short, is our stress and rescue class in South Florida at Ocean Treasures. DFA for pros will be included in it. All out Academy Award performance type stress and rescue class. You will have a blast. You will be on Dive Talk. And we have a few more spots left in that class. So we would love. Terry's going to be there.
Yeah.
She's Scuba Girls International. I see her. She is on. She's going to help with teach part of that class. She can teach that class as well, and we're going to have a blast.
This is a really good question, by the way.
4-day class.
Yep, great class. Looking forward to it. Norton, thank you for the super chat, first of all, and thank you for the question. Woody, how do you sanitize items you take into tanks at the aquarium, into the exhibits?
We don't take our own tanks. You can only use their dive equipment. That's number one.
We don't take our gear. That's right.
Equipment that is moved between environments at the aquarium, however, is sanitized in a substance called Vercron. And Vercron will kill just about anything. It's like this green decontaminant substance. The gear that is moved between environments is surface supply gear. So like the face masks and the actual lines that we're using can be in various different environments. The gear that is scuba gear, that is most of that is devoted to particular environments, so you don't have to Vercron it. Like the Ocean Voyager scuba gear is just for the Ocean Voyager.
That's right.
And we don't bring that into other environments. Does that make sense?
And we are allowed to bring mainly only 2 pieces of gear of our own when we dive at Ocean Voyager, which is basically our mask and our computer. That's basically it. Now, we do have buckets that we have to use to clean the stuff. If you, let's say, took your mask and went diving for a week and something in the ocean, and now you're coming back and you want to dive in the Ocean Voyager, you have to go through a cleanup process.
We steramine it.
With ceramine, yeah, which is something we use to clean rebreathers as well. But basically, the way I did it and the way a lot of divers do it at the aquarium is I have a mask and a computer that I only use at the aquarium. That way I don't have to clean it every time. It's basically like the gear over there. It's only used over there. So
As long as you don't, switch it between environments,
Correct.
then you should Vercron it.
Yep. Do you ever plan on coming to the UK or Europe? We'd love to meet you guys. Yes.
This hat is from the UK, from
we have
Janet
ideas.
Pryor. When I went there to actually dive, who would think I would go to the UK in some farm, a pool in the middle of farms in England, and I trained with Steve Pryor and his became an IDC staff instructor with Patty. I did that with the course director. Steve Pryor and his wife, Janet, makes these hats and just recently sent me this one.
How do you clear your mask on the rebreathers? Like in the same exact way you do it in open circuit. You breathe out of your nose while putting pressure at the top, and you clear it up. Then obviously you have to add gas to replenish the air you just breathe out of your nose.
Yeah, but it is trickier because it does affect your loop volume, and it could possibly affect your buoyancy as well, because that loop volume is what you're using to clear the mass rather than just rebreathe the same loop volume the whole time. So it feels different.
Jake is asking, what is your favorite kind of video to make? Honestly, for me, my favorite kind of videos are the videos that are requested a lot. I always enjoy doing that. If I know that we've received hundreds of requests to react to something or to go dive something or whatever, I love publishing those. Those are my favorite.
Hey, John Sullivan, I love diving in Lauderdale by the Sea, the Datura Portal as well. It's a very cool house reef that we have right off of Ocean Treasure, which if you come to our stress and rescue class coming up here in September, we will go out to that reef. It's very, very close to the shore. So we're going to get a bonus of having some really awesome shore diving during the stress and rescue class. That's kind of cool.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I'm hearing.
Who is your favorite person to dive with besides each other? I mean, it's hard to pick one.
That's another cookie, right? It just went down.
Oh yeah,
I hear it. I heard two more in the. That's impressive.
Yep, that's my goal for today.
That's a worthy goal.
It's a PR.
Congratulations!
I'm going for the
when
PR.
you reach it, good job. I think I'm. What were we talking about?
Who's your favorite person to dive with besides each other?
Yeah, I don't know. I've
Hard
been
to
asked
pick.
that a lot. I don't like to do that. You know why? I really want to be in the moment. I love diving with the people I'm diving with, and depends on the dive. But every time I'm diving with somebody, I'm like, I really love diving with you. So yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm not shaming Gus. I was just wondering how many he's eaten in the 4 minutes that he's opened them, and it's impressive.
There are 11 in a pack, Patrick is saying.
And
So I'm going to eat 10 in the course of this video because you ate one. Because I wanted to open your eyes to what's best.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have a stomach ache just listening to you chew it.
Wow.
We're not counting. I mean, I'm not judging, and I'm not counting, and if I had Burger King right now. All right. What skill you learned outside of scuba diving that has helped you the most while diving? That is a cool question.
Yeah.
One we've never had before.
Wow.
I think for me, climbing. I've talked about this before because climbing, if you don't do the technique correctly, it's very difficult. But if you apply the proper technique, it actually isn't that difficult. And you need to remain calm even in what can be, at times, what may seem like stressful situations. So I like to apply those same points of logic to scuba diving. So it's climbing for me.
Yeah. I think for me, by far, just the stuff that I learned by being an engineer, just tinkering with stuff, has really helped me when it comes to diving, problem solve and figure out ways to do it differently and stuff like that. Ben, thank you for the $2 super chat. Let's see. What are the dates for the stress and rescue, and where can I sign up? I believe it's the 18th through the 21st of September, something like that. I have to go back and remember.
I'm gonna confirm it.
But we will add a link below. Let's see. We recently posted a video, by the way, about the rescue class, and we talked about it. You can check it out as well. Thank you.
Wow. So the stress and rescue class is September 8th. It's coming up
Through the 11th. That's
through
right.
through the 11th, everybody. So you'd probably want to get there on the 7th.
Yep.
And then we begin the class. It's all day for 4 days in a row.
Brandon, thank you for the super chat. Just asking if there are any books about Agnes Miloka. I don't know really if there's any videos about Agnes. There is a video that we did about her here on Dive Talk. There's also a short special from 60 Minutes that talks about her. And ultimately, we actually interview the person there was a really good friend, and the person who actually recovered her body, who was Harry, Dr. Harry, who was involved with 13 Lives. He's the one who actually recovered the body of Agnes. So you can see how small this family is and why we value it so much. Have you guys ever been to Morrison Spring near Vortex Springs? No, I've been to Vortex a bunch of times, but I've never been to Morrison. Actually, we went one time to Morrison, and the visibility was terrible, so we ended up going to Vortex. So the one time we tried, we couldn't.
How many dives have each of you done? I'm actually behind on logging, but I'm in the I got to look at my log, 7,700 range or something of that nature.
I have around 600, 580 or something like that. I don't know. I don't count them anymore that closely, I guess.
I need to catch up on my log, actually, because I do still log my dives.
Hey, Woody, do you recommend a great place in Florida that would teach open water dive? Depending on where you are, but there's so many places.
I love Force E Scuba.
Mm-hmm. Force is great.
They have shops in Pompano. They have 3 shops in total. Just Google it, Force E Scuba, and they're fantastic. That's a great place to get certified through.
Let's see. 7,700 dives. That's the number he was talking about.
Yep. It's actually 7,575 according to my log, but who's counting?
All right. Thank you for the super chat. Asking a question, Woody, what descender do you use while dry caving, and why is it the micro rack the best? I think these people think you're a serious dry caver too.
Why is finish the question? Answer it one more time because I was responding to a message from the chat.
What descender do you use while dry caving, and why is the micro rack the best?
Okay, let me explain something. I go dry caving with a guy named David Vigiano that we had on the video. When he says this is the ascender that you're going to be ascending with, I don't ask the brand, make, model, type, series, other than I look up and I know that if I don't successfully use this ascender, I found a new home in the dry cave because there's no other way out.
Let me catch up with shout outs.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
No,
let me shout out. Let me catch up with shout outs.
Okay.
Number one, Firefly, thank you so much for the $50 super chat.
Wow, man.
We appreciate that. Victor has a question with a $5 Canadian super chat. Which place you've gone diving that you would never come back?
That I would never go back to?
Yeah. Like a one and done type of thing. Maybe that cave in Mexico. We probably should skip that one.
I don't know if I'm going to go ice diving again in Utah. And I hope the Thorntons aren't listening. But I was in a lake in the middle of Utah in a snowstorm. I don't think I'm doing that again.
James, also thank you for the super chat. Again, have you all been to one of those underwater habitats? And if so, what's it like? The short answer is no. Longer answer is we will soon, and we will record it. Yes. The longer answer is we've been to Jules, which is an underwater hotel, and it's terrible. I personally would never stay there.
Yeah, I think they set like a Guinness Book of World Record. They did it on purpose for like how long can you be in an underwater environment for?
It's a gimmick, and it's
like at 15 feet or something.
Yeah,
like
so basically there's an underwater room, hotel room.
Yeah.
And you have to like dive to get into it. There's no way to get it. There's some underwater hotels in like the Maldives or whatever where you go down the stairs and you're underwater. This one you have to dive to get to your room.
Yeah. Which, by the way, there's nothing nice in it.
No. Everything stinks like wet, mesothelioma. And when you go in there, basically if there's nobody staying in the room, then you can go and check it out. You can go in and take a look. Don't like walk in, but you can see the room. I don't know why would anybody stay there. But the cool thing is that for some reason there's a dive shop or a pizza shop nearby that delivers to the room. So you can actually order pizza and a scuba diver will deliver the pizza to your underwater room. So it's all like just for fun. It's a gimmick, but
cool. Yes, I have dove Lake Superior. I have. It's really cool. The Recs are unbelievable. It's cold. It's Drysuit, dry gloves, but Hey, Gus, I saw your equipment list that you own. Fourth Element Argonaut Drysuit. Would you recommend that model? And did you get that biomap thing from Jordan?
I did, and I do recommend it. Now, having said that, I've never dived with any other dry suit that I've owned. I've only done rentals, and I don't even remember what brands they were. I think they were DUI. I'm not sure. But I did do the biomap, which is pretty cool. It's the process they use to make a custom dry suit. And once they make it for you, it fits perfect. So I love my dry suit. It works great. It fits perfectly. Woody has a different brand. He did the biomap equivalent, and his dry suit fits perfect, and he loves diving with it. So I think you're going to find that most people that invested the money on getting a custom dry suit, they love it because it fits.
I'll never not have a custom-made one.
Right.
Again, mine's a Bear cave cut dry suit made by Bear, and it was like 26 measurements I think they took, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
mainly because I'm always dry. I don't laugh. Like I've had dry suits where every time I came out, I was wet. I'm like,
you were walking around like,
I'm like, there's tons of water in my feet, no matter what I do with this dry suit.
You're like, no, they all leak a little bit. No, they don't.
No, really. No.
That's
like,
not how
how come
works.
your socks are dry and mine are always wet? Anyway, now my socks are perfectly dry.
Oh my God.
That thing never ever didn't leak.
Katrina is asking, what is your favorite home cooked meal? The meals that fills your soul and makes
right here.
everything seems right in the world. That's not home cooked.
Home cooked.
Do you understand?
It's
what
kind of. I'm double stuff. That's not home cooked. Burger King too. No, none of those are. If I eat them at home and I reheat them in the microwave. By the way, you can fry these Oreos. You ever had fried Oreos?
No.
Well, you may say no, but after I put that thing in your mouth, you'll be saying yes.
Why would you put anything in my mouth? You forget about everything you said.
Ever put anything in your mouth other than a fried Oreo?
No. Don't
I don't even know what you're talking about, actually.
No. All right. For me, the answer is pasta, typically. Like Italian food that is homemade and is good. I love it. So if you're good cooking pasta.
You like homemade hamburgers?
I mean, they're good, but not
You
like
like
pasta.
homemade hot dogs?
Of course.
Do you like homemade lasagna?
Yes.
Do you like anything that's not homemade?
Well, yeah.
There.
Some people cook some weird stuff.
No, okay. Homemade in your home.
Oh, no, yeah. I like everything we
Okay,
make.
there's the answer.
All right. Let's see. What else?
Yeah, fried Oreos, it's scary how good they are.
See, like Patrick, I made shrimp scampi over linguine tonight. What?
But
perfect pasta.
That's nice, but
ruin it with shrimp. Why?
No.
That's wrong.
No chance.
Bacon, though, would have been linguine
Stop.
and bacon and cheese.
Don't talk about pork like that.
Stop.
That's nasty.
It improves everything. Even ice cream. You can put bacon in ice cream and it's good. All right. Here we go. People want us to react to more Blue World videos. We've done so many of them that, of course, we don't want to react to every single video they make. This is not the Blue World reaction channel. But we will be collaborating with them and making original content with them. So we're excited about that.
I do, where Yosef's dive shop that he works out of in Chicago is fantastic. I can't remember the name of it right now. So I know you just asked me that question. I think it was from Jared. Send me an email and I will send you the information. They're excellent in Chicago, and I can hook you up with somebody that can get you certified, and they're great.
Christy said pancetta in the pasta is so good.
We're still on that?
I knew I liked Christy.
I would like some right now, though. Hold on, I can't hear. There's crunch. Oh, other one. Something just went in my ear. Hurt for a second, but would you ever dive in the Detroit River?
Why?
I've been offered to do that multiple times. It doesn't sound appealing, but I don't have any knowledge about it. I can't judge one way or the other. It's just I can't.
It says we missed a few supers, so let's go back. And if we missed it, I'm sorry, guys. So we answer that. Okay, will you guys do a 13 Lives reaction and critique? Yeah, I think we will. The challenge with making reactions to movies and documentaries is that, first of all, they're super long, and second of all, they're most likely going to get copyright strike, which is not a problem for us. Like, it's just demonetized, which is fine. We don't do that. We're not YouTubers. We don't live out of YouTube. So we have many videos. Most of our most watched videos are demonetized. That's fine. We do it because you guys want to watch. However, sometimes they get copyright struck in a way that we cannot show it at all, not even without making money. They just don't want us to release content that involves a movie like 13 Lives. So will we ever do it? Yeah, but if we're going to do it and it's never going to be shown, then what's the point?
I think it would be better if we actually brought on
I'd rather have Rick
and
John
and those guys and did an interview about it, not reacting to the movie, but actually them talking about it since they did the rescue.
Yep.
That would be better.
For sure. Okay. Let's see.
You have any lasagna
Vigo
over
is
there
cool.
hidden in the desk?
Man, that would be awesome if I did.
Don't know why I accidentally said the word lasagna, and now I can't stop thinking about it.
All right, people want to do Italian dish throwdown. We'll be judges.
We'll throw down.
Absolutely. You don't scare me with a good time.
Totally fine.
Garlic.
Garlic rolls, like drenched,
my
dripping.
God.
Yeah, it would be really nice. What are we talking about else?
Do you know if it's possible to dive in the Mississippi River? I don't know if you're gonna see anything, but yeah, you can always do anything once.
Never did. I never have, so I don't know.
Woody, what animal beanie you don't have? Well, you have a lot of hats.
Well, I got a lot of them. They're all marine life related. I've got some alligators and stuff like that. I don't have any dogs. I'd like a pink dog hat. Would be cool.
Wow,
James, you are.
Thank you
awesome.
for the super chat.
Let's read that.
So being completely open, I'm looking for my first regulator and computer. I would love to get a Perdix.
Smart.
And I know it's life-saving equipment, but the expense is just too much these days. Do you have an opinion or suggestion for both?
Perdix.
Yeah, I would get the Perdix.
I mean, definitely get it.
I've never met anyone, for real. I've never met a single diver who regrets getting a Perdix. Or a Shearwater for that matter. I mean, you may meet someone who maybe got a Peregrine and then they're going into tech diving and they realize that it's not a tech diving computer. That's not what it's made for. It's a recreational computer. So they might regret it a little bit, but most of the times they will use it as a backup or they leave it when they dive open circuit and recreational. But no one I've ever met that regrets buying a Perdix.
It's hard to James, tell you to buy any other brand. I mean, we truly, truly have. I've dove many other brands. I'm not going to say those brands because I don't want to criticize specific brands. But one of the other big brands, 12 of their computers I had to return. That broke 12 times. 12. I kid you not.
Send it back.
I don't touch those things
garbage
anymore. So.
Earlier today, we had a question about whether regular open water divers can dive at Mary Mill Pond, like Jackson Blue and stuff. The answer is yes, but you're not going to go too far. I mean, you're going to go to the entrance of the cave and then turn around. So it's still an interesting dive, I think. Like if you go to Jackson Blue, you can make it past the keyhole as long as you're comfortable because it's overhead at that point, but there's plenty of light if you go during the day and the sun is out. And there's a lot of water coming out of it. So it will test you, whether you can make it through. But once you make it through the keyhole, it's only like 20 feet and you hit the cave diving sign. Like, don't go further. So technically, yes, but it's not going to be a long dive.
Thanks, Ben, for the super chat. You're going back to watching the movie now. Enjoy it. Literally thought of you guys. Yep, first scene is a Sidewinder. And in fact, it's Mike Young's Sidewinder. He was going to send it to me. He was going to overnight it to me for the presentation I'm doing tomorrow at the George Aquarium on the movie. But he just didn't get a chance to do that. But I'm going to bring my Sidewinder. So, be cool.
Yep. Can you dive through the pond? Sure, but the Merritt Mill Pond is so shallow. It's like 5 feet or something. I mean, it's nothing. You can stand and walk around. I mean, it's super, super shallow. So I wouldn't dive there. I mean, go to Vortex. It would be better, a little bit deeper. So let's see. Have you guys ever been the first into a new cave? No.
I'm getting ready to go with Mike Young, not first in the cave, but go to areas of the cave that have never been explored. So we will be in brand new areas that have no one's ever been there before. That's happening next week.
Earlier today, somebody asked a question, and we were answering something else. But they asked if we've ever had a catastrophic failure during a dive.
Well,
yes.
I mean,
I've had my rebreather catastrophic failures inside caves before.
Yeah, and I have had my rebreather have it was an internal boom because it wasn't a tank. It was the ADV.
Yeah.
Went boom, and you got to deal with it.
Yep. What makes an instructor great? I think we can talk about this for hours. You have a lot to say about that.
But there's just so many opinions. I mean, I could say one thing and you would get a completely different take from maybe 10 other instructors. I think it may all boil down to, and I think we would all agree that if they genuinely care about you, then I think they're probably going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Whatever their style may be, if they truly put your interests first, I think that's what you will find to be the best instructors.
Somebody asked, what's a catastrophic failure? Is when your rebreather stops working, when you can't use it anymore. So that has happened a couple times to me before for a variety of reasons. But then we just bail out and we get out of the cave. No problem. We're prepared and trained for that. Let's see. What's your favorite place on the West Coast to dive? I don't have a favorite place on the West Coast because I've never dived on the West Coast.
I would have to say for me, the San Diego area. I do like that a lot. And if you can get into the kelp forest diving there, it's absolutely remarkable. The marine life is incredible. So kelp forest. It's cold. The Pacific is just freezing. But, you see different marine life there. Are you guys going to Roaring River? Yes. We are. We will at some point. Are you guys, any chance that you would do a live at the same time every week? It's just tough. Like both of our calendars are so fluid that it's hard to do it. We set up Woody's studio, so that makes it easier for us to go live and do things like that. And I think it will happen more often, but I don't know if we're ready to say like every Wednesday night we're going to go live. It's just hard. Yes, I do have two girls. 27 and 25-year-olds, and they both are divers. I just recently went diving with them both, which was a pleasure. I certified my daughter's boyfriend on that recent trip. And the other one is married, and her husband was certified by me as well. Hey, Gus and Woody, love the videos. Have you guys been really deep diving lately? No, but I went diving this past weekend. Deepest dive was 126 feet. So almost 40 meters, not that much. However, we have to go back, dude. That place where we went, it was a barge called Marge's Barge, and it's littered with lionfish. Wow. Like I would hit one, and if I missed it, as I go chase it, I see 5 more. And I was like, you all awesome. Die because I missed that guy. And on the rebreather, man, we could just be down there. God. Right? For at that depth, that's not deep. We could be down there for a couple hours. We ran the numbers on the way back. And if we take aluminum 80s, we can spend an hour bottom time. An hour killing lionfish. That's a lot. There were hundreds of them. Yeah, because what would you if you ran like a 1.3, keep your PO2 higher because it's short dive. Yeah. I think we could be down there longer than an hour with carrying an 80 as a bailout. Yep. I think we'd be down there longer. At 1.3, you're not going to get too much deco. No. Yeah, no, it was awesome. That's cool. But yeah, wow, that's really cool. What are the chances of seeing more DPV jousting? Well, maybe we'll make it like a yearly tournament or something. Yeah, we need a big tournament. Yeah, we need a sponsor like Gatorade or Reebok. Mm-hmm. That'll be cool. We did get annihilated by some people for the jousting, and they're like, "Will you ever do that again?" Yeah.
People are
As a
watching
matter
our
of
video.
fact, we are.
They're saying, Woody, how do you set that fire as a kid in Florida?
Listen,
Dude,
it was an accident.
Okay, but they're not asking whether it was on purpose or not. They're just saying, like, what do you do?
What did I do?
Yes.
We had this thing that we used to call in our backyard the area of the woods that we called the forest. In our minds, it was a forest. There were pine trees. It's South Florida. We would light fire. We were little kids. Firecrackers, light little bonfires.
What?
Little mini baby fires. But we're like 10. So we ran away. We put the fire out as a 10-year-old would. Like, stamp, gone. I mean, is the fire really out? I mean, did you properly, like a Boy Scout, is the fire out? Well, we get home. The next thing we know, we see that exact area of the forest, orange. And we're like, holy crap. And it just spread among the whole, what we called the fields. And it was started to abut people's houses. So they were all with their hoses in South Florida spraying. And the fire department ultimately put it out. How many acres was that? In my I've got to remember, but it was
millions of dollars.
No, it didn't hurt anybody's property. It didn't hurt anybody.
Not even one meth lab. Nothing.
But I would say,
wow, that's
I would say 50 acres were no longer the same color afterwards. And I'm not proud of it. I just honest about it. That's what happened.
Wow.
It was a little kid having an accident. And we loved fireworks.
That's amazing.
I was a little hyper. Now I grew up. I used to not be mature. I know for you that's hard to imagine.
Okay. Let's see.
It was with Doug Wheeler, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and tell the world that right now.
You're going to start throwing people under the bus like that?
No, Doug.
Wow.
I love Doug. He ended up being a very successful McDonald's owner, Doug. But Doug, I thought you put it out. I thought you stamped. I just want to tell you now.
Throw Doug under the bus. He's a very successful.
48 years later, I
guy.
remember saying, "Did you stamp it out, dude?" But
wow,
maybe it was me. I'm a little foggy on that. But I love Doug to this day.
Yeah, Ben remembers it. He said that was the great meth lab fire of '78.
Yeah,
he remembers it from the
news.
news.
Yeah, I know it is weird. Somebody's making a comment. Who would have thunk it that I was hyper and immature back then? You wouldn't. I mean, I grew up. I'm a different guy now. I'm not hyper and I am mature. I try to, make Gus the same as me, and he's still immature and he's just growing up.
Did you ever make a video about the Plura Cave incident? Not yet. We'll work something.
The Great Meth Lab.
Great Meth Lab fire of '78. That was you. Wow. Who knew?
Wasn't 78. It was like 74.
Yeah.
The 70s were a different time, man. People did everything back then.
Was meth a thing in the '70s?
I don't know. Everything was a thing.
I don't know.
We didn't have. There wasn't like
everything.
There was no hell like all these safety protocols we have now.
Yeah.
Let's go ride our bike. You got your helmet. Helmet.
What?
It wasn't invented. Football helmet. What do you mean? If you would have said helmet to us, we're like, what are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
When are you coming home? Well, when we hear whistle or when
my dinosaur gets tired.
My Schwinn bike is, flat and. I don't know. It was a cool time.
Let's see. What other questions? But yeah, I don't remember ever having a helmet. Ever.
No
for anything.
And no sunscreen.
First helmet I bought was with a motorcycle last year.
Yeah. No helmets, no sunscreen. Skateboarding everywhere in South Florida in the 70s. Zero helmet. Didn't exist.
Nothing. Thanks a lot, Bin Laden. You ruined it for all of us. I think that's how it worked. Let's see. What else do we have? What other questions?
Well, I'm not going to lie about the wildlife part. Jake, I was going to say that during it. That's the part that, to this day probably is it's sickening. I mean, I don't want to think that I ever hurt any animal ever, believe me. So, yeah, don't light fires. I was just telling you a story that was true. I didn't mean to burn down 50 acres.
Wow.
If you could only pick one place to die for the rest of your life, where and why? So you do that right now, Gus. You can only pick one place.
Yeah.
So we can't say, well, we wouldn't do. No, we have to now commit.
Mm-hmm.
One place for the rest of your life.
To dive.
To dive.
Abaco. I mean, why?
I'm going to have to go, as much as I love the Abaco, if it's the rest of my life, I can only go to one place over and over, I'm going to Indonesia.
Wow. I haven't been there, so maybe that's why I think Abaco.
No, Abaco is a very, very good choice. Believe me, it's not easy.
Two.
I could swing back and maybe, can I do two places? Whoever asked me that question. That's how good Abaco is.
Yeah.
Caves in Abaco it's tough.
Mary from
wow,
Seattle.
Scuba Girls.
Thank you for the super chat.
What did she say? Mary from Seattle wants to know what your scariest creature encounter has been.
Under the water.
I don't find any of them scary. I don't know what that feels like. I've seen sea snakes. I've seen great whites. I've seen bulls. I've seen the bola mole. I've dove with bola molas. I've dove with whale sharks. I've dove with manta rays, eagle rays, aliens, all the various cephalopods. They're not scary. They're beautiful. Thomas, a $50 super chat.
Yes.
If you're on a mission, specific dive, and you're super close to that goal, serious goal, not for fun, do you complete that goal or end the dive in the event of a total rebreather failure?
I mean, how close, though? Like, if our mission is to go to the end of the line and we are at Jog Hole, which is 500 feet long, and have a rebreather failure at 490, I'm just going to tap the end and turn around. But
the technical
for the most
answer
part,
is you board the dive.
Yeah.
I would rather you all hear that.
For sure.
Forget the mission, because when you have a total rebreather failure, you need to be on your way out. That's
right.
the end of the story.
Let's see. Somebody asked about what's the scariest thing on the water for the creature on the water, so I want to answer that. The scariest thing so far on the water was Mike Young for me. And this happened. This happened when we were mech teeth hunting. We were looking for these babies right here. Yeah. And I was so focused on finding this stupid teeth that I completely forgot about our bottom time. So next thing I hear is this like Native American chant. Coming at me like, whoa, what is it? What is it? It was Mike telling me time to go up. That's the scariest.
You do lose track of time when you're doing those make tooth hunting. You just have no conception of time.
Yeah.
You're on your rebreather, you're totally focusing on that friggin' next tooth.
Have either of you been to Maine? I have, but not to dive. Portland, Maine is awesome.
I've been to Maine as well, but I've never dove there.
Yeah, I love Portland, Maine.
This hat is from Janet Pryor from England. Very, very close with the Pryors. You can Google him. Google Steve Pryor, amazing course director for Patty. Janet is a master instructor for Patty. They're wonderful people, and she sent me this as a gift. She says it inspired her to make more hats again. She's an amazing knitter of fishy hats.
Yep. If you could pick one U.S. state as the only state you could ever dive, why is it Florida? Florida. There's no question.
Everything there. Every kind of dive in there.
Yeah.
Cave. Ocean.
Have you ever been stung by something while diving? No.
No. I've been stung badly, but I wasn't diving. I was just jumped off a boat and got nailed by a man-o-war laced across my stomach. That was fire, man. That was brutal in the Gulf of Mexico.
Have you guys done any diving in Virginia? I have not.
Now, well, I was in Richmond not that long ago. It's pretty, but no, I've never dove there. I can remember.
Yep. James is near Portland, Maine right now. Nice. Great place. It looks like Europe. It's amazing. Doesn't feel like the U.S. It's beautiful. Let's see. What else? Have you ever dived in Canada? I have not.
Best dive boat layout you've ever seen? I mean, the best dive boat, liveaboard dive boat for me was the Aranui in Indonesia, if you call that a dive boat. It's a liveaboard. Absolutely. Aranui. Look it up, everybody.
It's legit.
Arenui. I told Sea Ventures about it. They now do that as one of their trips.
Is good.
And it is magnificent.
Good question. If you could not dive anymore, what would you spend your time and effort on instead? That's a good question. I don't even want to think about not being able to dive anymore, but that's a good question.
I don't know.
Who would just start bike talk?
I don't know.
And ride bikes and talk about bikes.
That would be really rough for me. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not sure what I would do. I would really be really upset. It's been, I don't know what I would do. I got a golf bag as a gift last week. Does that make me a golfer?
Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that.
Well, this could be so hard. You swing as hard as you can, whack a ball, and go to the next place where the ball is.
Don't say that word. That's weird. When was it when you know Woody or Gus was the long team diving buddy, long-term friend? You'll work so well together. I don't know. I have no idea. We just started
it's like
diving.
our relationship that grew over time. We started diving. He took classes with me. And I really liked the fact that he was like, I want to go. So don't hold back. Go as fast as you want. Let's get it. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
And he kept wanting more and more and more. And I'm like, great. That's right up my alley. And that's how we bonded. We enjoyed that.
Yep. Obsessed. Good question from Truckman, which is Mark. Hi guys. When you bail out of your sidewinders to open circuit, is the open circuit setup as side mount with the same redundancy that a normal OC side mount diver would have?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Most of the time we have tanks on both sides.
Yep. It's the exact same thing. Longest time you've gone without diving? Since I learned how to dive, probably like 2 months or something. A couple months.
Well,
2 weeks. For you.
No, I'm just trying to remember during COVID was I hung up for a bit because the damn dive boats weren't going out.
Mm-hmm.
In Florida, they shut down all the dive boats for a while during COVID. And I remember like, man, we can't go diving. So
Yeah.
I don't remember how long that was though, but it was a few months.
That was terrible. Eric just had an accident on his bike. He's recovering from. Sorry, man. Sorry to hear that. We need to do a mic'd up, and ride the Indians around town. Yeah, that would be awesome. Whenever it's not 1,000,000 degrees outside.
What is your
Yikes.
ratio between open water and cave diving? You know, we go through. I go through spurts where I'm just totally doing cave diving only for a while, and then I'm doing open water diving. But I don't know what the ratio is. It's. I'm not sure. It depends when.
Oh, if you won the lottery for hundreds of millions, how would that affect your diving life? It would enhance it.
I mean, more diving. I mean, I think if people have always asked me, what would you do if you won the lottery? What would be the one big luxury you would buy? It would not be a yacht for me. It would be a jet. I think if you have your own private jet, that's the ultimate luxury. You go anywhere you want. There's no checking in. So to have a jet at your disposal, that's amazing to me. That is, then I could really be anywhere I want, whenever I want.
If I won the lottery, all my friends would stop being poor.
There's no reason to not make everybody wealthy. You gotta.
No, I would just tell
you
them to
just
go
won-
away and get rich friends, because I'll be on that next level. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let's say I just won that $1.2 billion lottery in Illinois. Your cash out option was, I think, $500 million. You're not gonna give me. You're not gonna give me $20 million. You have 480 million left.
I mean, I don't know, man. That's
Okay. Well, now when I win it, I'm gonna give you like a new. I'm gonna give you a new regulator.
okay.
Because
All right.
you said
Sounds
that.
good. Will you not give
I
me
would
20
buy.
mil?
I would buy Jenny Springs.
That
I would
be
love
awesome.
to learn to dive, but I have ADHD and tend to forget important details and things. Would someone like me still be able to dive safely? That is from Jack. And I think the answer is yes. I do. I think that you can't get out of practice and you should practice your skills regularly, but I do believe you would be able to dive safely. And I don't obviously know the extent of what you're talking about. So we're not medical professionals, and your doctor would most definitely have to be the ultimate say on that.
Yeah. How old do you think you have to be to stop scuba diving? I don't think age is as important as your health. You know, I think most people get affected by a health condition rather than age. Yeah.
Thank you, Love from Illinois, for the super chat. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Here's
Thank
somebody
you.
that says I have a ADHD and I dive. It's not a big deal. So somebody's commenting back on that.
That's awesome. Do you guys ever dive in any caves in Pennsylvania? No, I didn't even know there are caves in Pennsylvania. I assume there's caves everywhere, but I didn't know. No.
I haven't. I do like the pizza in Philly.
What's your guys' favorite sport? Not diving. My favorite sport is water polo. I love it. I played it for a few years,
Cool.
and I've always loved it. It's my favorite.
Awesome.
What do you like football or something stupid like that, right?
You mean to play?
No, what's your favorite sport overall?
Diving. But I don't think it's a sport.
Jesus. Okay.
It's my favorite activity is I'm gonna go with diving overall. Like I want to go diving. I wouldn't mind going diving like now. I'm sort of thinking about it.
Right now? Yes.
If I had my Sidewinder, it would be fun.
I'm in.
Or that barge that you just described a little while ago with the lionfish. I wouldn't mind being on that right
Dude.
now. They were loaded.
That thing is ridiculous.
Wow.
We have to get it together
Amazing.
because for the boat, we can get the whole boat with 6 divers. Like 6 rebreather divers.
No problem.
We have the boat. We can go anywhere, stay as long as we want.
That's no problem.
Dude, we
So
can
we
get
just-
6 rebreather divers.
Like in an hour. If
Yes.
we announce right now, I can picture 6 that are like when I'm on
Ding,
my
ding,
way.
ding, ding, ding.
Load it up. Where
Yeah,
we
we
go?
got to do it. We got to do it.
Oh man, I'm gonna be in Chicago,
Oh.
November 29th through December 16th.
Dude, don't tell people our business.
No, I'm just telling you. I didn't say where. I'm going to be in Chicago, November 29th through December 16th for Big Blue Swim School training because I'm opening Big Blue Swim Schools. So somebody just mentioned where would I go to eat? Man, I don't know. I'm going to be there with people that
Portillo's.
are from Chicago. I'm going to go all over wherever they say.
Portillo's.
So I
Obviously.
look forward to it. I know it's an amazing food city.
Have we ever had to use our stage gas? No. I've stage gas several times. I've never had to use it. Like, for real, for an emergency.
No.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry about the yawn, everybody. I'm not bored. I've just been.
We got
flew
50
in.
more minutes,
I
and then
flew in this morning, and I
hopefully you
haven't
guys
stopped
are
since.
enjoying it so far. Let's see.
We haven't been to the deep dive Dubai. We have been invited to go, and we know that is a trip we want to do. That is from Chris Mulligan.
Have you ever lost the line? Briefly. Like, if you go into complete zero vis, you don't have the line, but you go and find it. So, briefly. Never, like, bad.
But definitely it was lost.
Yeah. Let's see. You guys gonna be at Roaring River? We will be at Roaring River at some point. What's your scariest moment diving? I don't know. It's hard to pick. I don't have a big one that stands out.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Mine doesn't have to do with me, but it has to do with what I did with that when I was an instructor and made a little mistake with the student. And when I came surging out of that overhead environment,
Tiny.
she was no longer there. I've talked about that in a previous video, but
Have I ever dived in Venezuela? No. No. I wish I could. I know there are caves there that are not explored. I would love to do that. But I have not.
Thank you, Andrew. I used to dive a lot when I was younger, but I started having big trouble equalizing during dives a few years in, and I had to stop. Is there a way to get back to diving safely? I mean, it's really tough to answer those kind of medical questions, and we got to be careful about it because we are not really supposed to give any medical advice as dive instructors. Right. What I will say, though, is people that have had ear problems have been able to continue diving. And the eustachian tubes, kind of right here behind your jaw, will loosen up over time. They do loosen up over time. So the shallow dives in the pool are going to be tougher to clear your ears than going on a normal dive where you just break down below the first atmosphere because the pressure change per atmosphere decreases. But bouncing around in a swimming pool, very difficult on the ears because it's shallow. I hope that helps.
Digital compass versus magnetic compass.
I'm fine with digital. They're so good now.
Digital are great, and they don't get affected by metal like the magnetic do.
Yeah. So. I'm fine with both, but the Shearwater digital compass is totally great. No problem.
I also want to say that you guys have given me more entertainment in the past year than almost any other content creator. Thank you guys for putting the time and effort into the videos. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Glad you're enjoying that.
When I was in the military, I sold divers with a text system. Do you have anything like that in K diving?
It's cave diving.
I guess I mean cave diving. It was on the wrist. I've never seen that. We just use one of the mandatory pieces of gear to take is a wrist, something to write on. You must take something to write on.
Yeah. When you certify kids, do you prefer the parents to stay out of the water? I'm planning not to dive during my son's certification as not to get on the way.
Well, for me, it depends. When I teach kids, it depends on the age. If they're kids that can be mature enough to pay attention and will respect me so that they're not distracting the whole class, then I don't need the parent in the water. Sometimes the 10 or 11-year-olds get bored because the stuff's easy for them. Then I would want the parent in the water.
Yep.
Yeah, James agreed. Medical advice, I said the
Go
same
see
thing.
A doctor.
You have to. It's something that we have to say as instructors.
This is a good question. If you could dive anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
I'm kind of craving the Abacos.
Absolutely.
It would be hard for me not to jump back in with
Glass
Brian
Factory
right now.
Right now will be.
It'd be nice.
Insane.
It'd be pretty nice. I'd like to be back with Brian in the Crystal Caves. If I had to snap my face. Yeah, you can come, and we'll go there, and that would be nice.
All right. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Can you use Shearwater Nerd for recreation diving? Sure. If you can find a way to attach it to the wreck, no problem.
It has open circuit mode. No problem.
By the way, earlier somebody asked, what's the scariest moment? And I was just thinking about this. I don't think I've ever been more scared than when I started diving after finishing my open water, like without an instructor. Those first few dives are scary because you've been following your instructor basically your whole dive career at that point, which is 4 dives. So then you're doing dive number 5 and dive number 6, and it's up to you. Like, what do you want to do? Well, you're certified. You go do whatever you want. It's like, I don't. What? How do you go down?
I don't know.
Exactly. So those dives to me were the scariest, and I've never been more scared after that.
That's a fair answer.
Have you seen 13 Lives? We have not.
I am seeing it tomorrow at the Georgia Aquarium.
What is the biggest learning dive in the beginning dives of your career? I mean, to me, that dive we did for Woody's room was a learning dive. That taught me a lot.
That was quite the dive. Talk about lost line. You saw
Zero
nothing.
vis.
Saw nothing.
Tight spots.
You did not see your dive computer in that. Let's be honest.
The zero.
No chance. You saw it. It's a total silt out.
Yeah. Blacked out. And it was like my 5th cave dive.
I loved it.
It was awesome.
How many spools do you carry depends upon
Yes,
the number of jumps that we're going to do. So we always carry a safety reel. You should carry 2. Always. Always, always, always. Minimum of 2. And let's say we're going to jump from the main line to another line. You need a reel for every jump you're going to make if you're the line guy, if you're the ones putting in the line. It depends on the dive.
Yep. Ed talks about not being able to see his computer at times. Have you been in that position?
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, somebody asked, how much line do we bring into the dive? So you answer the reel question. Now the question is how much line on the reels. I don't know if there's a guide specifically for that. You should bring enough line. So like if you're the line guy and you're setting up the primary line, depending on the cave that you're in, you have to have enough for that. So for me, my line is 400 feet, which is, I don't know how many meters is that? It's like 100 plus meters.
Most of the dives we've done, that's plenty to get to the main line.
400 feet. And then I carry at least 2 more if I'm not doing jumps, like Woody mentioned, safety, reels, and they are 60 meters or 200 feet. So I guess 120 is the primary one. And then I have 2 other ones that are 100 feet if I need to.
In the ocean,
but yeah, for jumps.
I know you didn't ask this, but in the ocean, you want to carry a reel that is going to be able to fire an SMB from 1.5 times your deepest depth of the dive.
That's right.
So if you're on a 100-foot dive, you want a 150-foot reel.
Yep. Let's see. What else? We have 7 minutes left. What's the coolest cenote to dive near Cancun? You've been to a few. Do you have any recommendations?
Well, Tulum in general. It's not too far from Cancun. Go to Tulum. It's incredible.
All the cenotes are cool.
Hook up with Patrick Winman and his dive shop. Whew. Wow.
Epic.
Yes.
I got to show you these videos. I have these old videos from cenotes in Mexico from like the 80s or whatever. And there's zero infrastructure. It's just holes in the ground.
It's not like
They're using horses to carry tanks. It's like the craziest thing.
Now it's completely infrastructure everywhere.
Yeah.
It's beautiful the way they set the caves up. It's
pretty
made for tourists, and a lot of people are swimming at the first part of them. So it's real big tourist attractions. It's really nice. But
is there such thing as a full face mask rebreather diving? I bet there's a full face mask that you can adapt to a rebreather, but it's just I don't see the point.
And I don't know. I've never done it.
Yeah. So hey, by the way, thank you, Rusty, for reminding me because I didn't say that. Like I said, we're giving away a pair of Deep6 Eddy fins, which are our favorite fins that we're using now. So free pair to the winner. All you have to do is comment below, and I don't think this real live chats are working. You have to comment below and just tell us again what's your favorite video. Actually, tell us. Let's see what should we ask this time?
Yeah, not the favorite video. How about what would be a good question? Tell us.
Where should we do the next meetup? How about that? So we know we have Cozumel coming in 2020.
We're doing Cozumel.
But then what's the next one? Dubai? Spain? Australia? Indonesia?
I'll go with that. That's fine. Where would you like us to do the next dive meetup?
Yeah.
Not the Cozumel one that we're doing, but another one.
That's right.
That's a good idea.
So once again, wait until this live stream is over and then leave a comment below if you want to win a pair of fins. And then we'll pick a comment randomly. Again, don't get scammed. We will not tell you that you won and you have to pay us for shipping or whatever. That's not a thing. We don't do that ever. Don't get scammed. Actually, report scammers. So if somebody, and by the way, they'll look like Dive Talk, but look at the check mark. That's why the check mark is important. If you notice our name, it will say Dive Talk with a check mark. People are making fake accounts. They'll say Dive Talk, but they don't have the check mark, right? There's no way to stop that. They just keep making YouTube accounts over and over and over using our logo and our name. Just check for the check mark.
Yes, Terry, that the one we're talking about would be the meetup that they would want for 2024.
Yes.
So thank you for clarifying that.
Where should the 2024 meetup be?
So, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Final couple questions. We have 4 minutes.
We have recommendations for where beginners should get certified. We aren't doing too much of that right now or anymore. Not because we don't love teaching beginners. It's just time. It's just a matter of our time, Henry. That's the issue. But if you want to message us or email us, we can give you some great recommendations for that.
Yep.
But thank you for saying you would want to do it with us.
It says, Gus, you're an engineer in real life. What do you engineer? Well, I graduated as a computer engineer in 2003, but I work with business applications. I work for Microsoft. Still engineering, but not exactly what I went to school for. What I went to school for was robotics and artificial intelligence and a bunch of other stuff that I use none of it for my current career, but it's still kind of applicable by proxy, I guess. When are you going to react to another ballin video? I don't know.
I think we've got to wrap
3
it
minutes
up here, guys. 3 minutes? Okay, we got 3 minutes. Let's
What languages do you know, Gus? Coding? I don't code. Not a big fan. I can read it, but if I need to code something, I ask somebody else to write it for me.
Yeah,
they're way better.
I do. I know a few of them.
You don't know any of them.
I do. I know Excel. And I'm pretty good at Evernote, which I have that language on my phone.
That tells you.
And then I'm also a WhatsApp type of a coder. And those are my primary ones.
All right. Let's see. Do you two get recognized on the streets?
Lately, I have been recognized in Mexico.
I've been mistaken for The Rock a couple times, which is odd.
That is
that
weird.
The Rock? What? No.
I wouldn't have what happened is because he eats the same amount of cookies as you.
Yes, but other than that, I don't know. Jason Momoa once too, but
that's funny.
Wasn't me.
That's funny.
Let's see.
But definitely on the dive boats and all, you all have been coming up and saying hi and getting pictures with us. It's really flattering, and I always will make time for that. I'm flattered, and that's been happening, and it's kind of a cool feeling. So thank you.
Michael said, "Wait, that's not The Rock." He was also confused. I'm telling you, people are all the time. It's the weirdest thing.
I'm confused, but it's not why I'm confused.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. I think that about wraps it up.
Thank you, everybody.
That
was fun.
Yeah, we have a few fun videos coming up. A few not as fun videos coming up, which are touchy. One of them you should probably not watch with kids, but you'll see that more as it comes out. We obviously gave our thoughts on them, and they're coming up, and hopefully we have some original videos coming up as well.
Yes, and Akira said, just to clarify for you, we'll end with this. You could be The Rock's cousin, the Stone.
Wow.
In case you were wondering.
That's not right.
Bye, everybody.
Sounds like an insult, but
well, take it for what it is.
All right. That's